Paul Moala, and everybody's right. We have wide receiver Dominick Blaylock. We'll go ahead and open it up for questions for Paul and for Dominick. Kelly?
Paul, you guys struggled, especially with the run defense, getting that. You had initial contact, but couldn't get the running back to the ground. Kind of what was going on?
Just got to tackle better, and that was an emphasis for us from week one, and it's something that we need to figure out moving forward. And credit to them, number 4 for Bowling Green, running hard and running downhill, but for the most part, that's on us. We got to work on tackling technique and make sure we're driving our feet on contact, and we didn't do that well today. So.
Dominick, you back healthy now after being out for a while. What were you seeing with the cornerback that allowed you to make a lot of those catches in front of him?
It's mainly just looking at the coverages and everything. We executed calling good play calls, and so Haynes went out there and executed it, and I just made it look pretty a little bit. But it's all about the coverages and how we were looking at it.
Questions?
Paul, was there any chance that you all overlooked this team?
For sure. And that's an emphasis that we made in the beginning of the week. I just don't think that, we took it as seriously as we should have. I think moving forward that we're going to, work with the chip on our shoulder and make sure that we're, never feeling like this ever again as a defense, and never overlooking an opponent regardless of, what division they play in or what conference they play in. But yeah, this one hurts. So.
Okay.
This one's, I guess, for both of you guys. Moving into next week, you guys travel down to Coral Gables to play Miami. How do you guys reset mentally and move ahead into next week?
We just got to look past this game. We gotta learn from our mistakes. Come out next week, practice harder. But it's mainly just a learning state, and so we can come back stronger next week.
Kelly?
Dom, I know you're new to this, to both of you guys are, for that matter, but just kind of, do you say anything? You've been on a lot of teams, have won a lot of football games, in terms of just having the right mentality in these situations, and guys maybe needing to step up and that kind of thing. Is that something that you embrace with Paul, even for you?
Something that's big on this team is having leadership, always communicating when we're down, when we're up, just making sure we're all staying focused, and having good leadership is always a main key for a team.
Yeah, I think that's something that I don't really do a really good job of, is being a vocal leader. And I think after this game, I need to step into that role a bit more and be that guy that this defense needs. So that's what I plan on doing. That's my goal for this week.
Rob?
Paul, they bounced a lot of plays outside. The contain, it didn't seem like it was there. Is that a matter of more guys having to pursue, even though they're not immediately involved in the play when it first starts?
I think that's just a thing that we need to work on as a defense, just effort and making sure that we're setting edges and maintaining edges. Going into halftime, that's something that we wanted to fix, and I think that's something that within this next week we're gonna put an emphasis on and focus on, and making sure that we fix that.
Jared?
Momentum has been a big thing for Georgia Tech this year. No matter who you're playing this year, it just seems like whenever they score, they seem to score in droves, and whenever you guys score, you guys seem to score in droves. How do you guys sort of flip the script on some of those momentum plays? Like, if, say, Bowling Green today, they scored a lot of unanswered points today. Like, how do you guys address that, like, on the sidelines and with your teammates?
Kind of having the mentality to, move on to the next play. Having short-term memory, I think that's a big thing in football, especially college football, is because a lot of times you can get, in your own head. I think the coaches try and emphasize that regardless of what happens out on that field, it's always the next play that we're looking forward to. We can't control the past. We can only control the future. So. Yeah, just trying to make sure that we're forgetting about anything that happened wrong and moving on.
There have been some struggles with maintaining consistency into the second half of the season. Anything in particular you would attribute that to?
Not anything specific that comes to mind. I think it's more so just mindset in the locker room at halftime. There's been times where we've been up and we're a little too up. So I think just finding that balance of trying to, maintain a level head and remembering that, at the half the score is 0-0, and I think that's an emphasis that we need to make more of a put more to the forefront. So, yeah.
Anything else? Oh, yeah, Gabe, sorry.
For both of you guys, what would you like to see different in how preparations?
I guess for us, just having a better mindset coming into a game, not having the lackadaisical type of body language, and not overlooking our opponent or underlooking. So that's probably one of the main things I would have to say.
Yeah, I mean, just to build off of that, just understanding that going into each week, it's all about us. Regardless of who the opponent is, it's about us, and we need to focus on, what type of defense we are, what type of offense we are, what type of special teams we are, and just maintain that focus throughout the week. I just think that we need to kind of stick to our identity, and kind of play ball like we're used to. So.
Anything else?
You guys really hung your hat last year defensively, but there've been a couple games now where it just you haven't been able to get off the field for long stretches. Tonight was another example, or today was another example of that. Just how, I guess, difficult has that been? Kind of what's not clicking on the defensive side?
Probably say, just not doing our job, and then penalties really, a lot of drives kind of are progressed through penalties as well as not doing our job. So I'd probably say that's it.
Then obviously the quarterback Haynes came as well. So, Rod.
Haynes, after the first two drives, it seemed you had some series where maybe you were overthrowing the ball a little bit. Did you feel that way, or was it mechanics? What was going on there?
I probably overthrew like once or twice. I mean, stuff happens. You're not gonna be perfect, but you definitely got to limit the mistakes. You definitely got to limit the incompletions to put everybody in a better position for this offense to go.
After the second TD, Haynes, you guys, I think, had 11 plays for like 9 total yards after penalties and everything. Just what was not working during that long stretch from the first quarter all the way through basically up to the half?
I'd probably just say everything, really. This week we definitely have to take a hard look in the mirror. We got to figure out something. Don't know exactly what it's going to be, but we definitely have to figure something out. We can't have lulls like that in the middle of the game. We got to start fast, finish fast. You got to play fast throughout the whole game.
Finishing drives, I guess, was an issue today. What was going on with the running game there? It seemed like they were pretty aggressive up front against the offensive line.
Yeah, I mean, everybody's going to be pretty aggressive at this time. I mean, where it comes down to it, we got to make plays. We didn't have too many missed tackles, like making people miss offensively. You got to catch one-on-one balls. When times come, you have to make plays at the end of the day. I mean, it's just the nature of the beast right there. We just got to get better.
Gary.
Guys, Paul just mentioned that you guys might have been looking past this opponent, looking ahead to next week maybe, or just in general, you're looking past this group. Was there a preparation issue, or what went wrong this week as you're getting ready for Bowling Green?
Personally, I don't think anything went wrong. It's natural for, maybe a few guys to kind of overlook an opponent or things like that, but I wouldn't say that was the complete mindset of the entire team. I don't think anything preparation-wise went wrong. I feel like we prepared as hard as we could, prepared the way we should have. I think it was more so on the execution side, we weren't executing in the game. I don't think it had anything to do with our preparation. I feel like we prepared, the same as we prepare for every game, and we'll continue to do the same thing next week. It just comes down to execution, like he says. You just got to make plays, and when times called for players to make plays, we didn't.
Okay, Mr. Chair. Over here. Kelly?
I guess for both of you, how disappointing is you guys had momentum, a nice road win, and come home with a chance. You guys are 3 touchdown favorites in the game to lose this game like that.
It's very disappointing. Momentum or not, it's disappointing anytime you lose, whether we're coming off a win or a loss. We know we have another opponent next week, another opportunity. We're going to go into this week starting tomorrow, preparing the same way that we have, and, hopefully the results are in our favor.
Anything else? Rod?
Haynes, you had a good connection today with Dominick. What were you seeing with the routes he was running and the defense against him?
Just one-on-one. One-on-one backside. And they were off there because, couple games before, we were hitting shots down the field. So a lot of teams now, they're playing over the top of us. So a couple back shoulders here and there. And then later on, just one-on-one routes over there. I know I have a trust factor with him that he's going to win every time. And that's with a lot of receivers right now. They were making plays out there. And at the end of the day, just can't turn the ball over. And then, like I was saying earlier, with momentum, I don't know necessarily if it's just momentum here, momentum there, or what people call luck. I feel like you make your own momentum. You make your own luck by playing hard, not pressing, but playing hard, and having fun out there. Once everybody's playing hard, having fun, and on the same page and executing, that's where that stuff comes in play.
Okay. Guys, thank you.
Everyone.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.